So I've been like building projects recently, and I have decided to start building with Lego Bionicle. I used to have this when I was really young, and I don't know. I've built like a few action figures, if you can really call them that. They're more like dolls, I guess. But they have articulation, and it's really cool. I'm using a flashlight here because my camera quality is absolute butt cheeks and it would not capture anything. So I've got like a spike design with like, I don't know, like a wings and like the energy. If I can just flip this guy around for a moment, I can show you the individual wing. This is a wing. This is one wing of the guy. I've got whatever this piece is connected to this other wing piece with this atrocity, and then this like energy disc. I believe a lot of these parts are from like Hero Factory. I'm not quite sure, but I'm pretty sure it is, considering how I've seen other people use Bionicle and they don't have this sort of thing. But yeah, same thing on this side, and then the guns on this figure, whatever. I'll get to that. But this back part was such a pain to build. Like there's so many black and dark gray parts here that I have to use a flashlight to make you to let you see them. But yeah, it's like this little energy core, whatever. Flip them back around. These arms joints here, they're pretty fragile. They don't really have much friction. So if I just how do I move this? I don't have much movement here, and this shell keeps falling off. But overall, I've spent quite a while making him. I've got chains, I've got these spikes. Yeah, this was around the time when I was like into, I don't know, I forgot. But yeah, this guy is pretty massive. Well, he's not that big, but he's pretty large. Got the 99 Nights Deer Buddy a while back. This guy's about the same size. This guy's about the same size. Trust me, I can see a lot of the details much clearer without my camera app. Like this would normally be super clear to see, but honestly, I'm looking through my camera app to see, and I can barely see anything. I should probably get a device upgrade, but the problem is I'm logged into my YouTube account here, and I don't know the password, so yeah, good luck. So I wanted to bulk out the torso. So what I did here, I used these claw pieces to make like a rib cage with this whatever that is, whatever this assembly god, this nightmare. I don't even know what's happening in there myself. Like, I built this. No instructions. My original inspiration was from Mitch Builds. I just decided to experiment with more obscure connections. He just, and over time, I just decided, hey, you know what, I'm just gonna do this and that and see if that works, and then boom. So I've got like these chains around the arms. I've got these energy cannons. I can't figure out which one I like more. Let me just pop the arm off here. I can't figure out whether or not I like the arms to be like this, or for these little flaps to be opened. I just can't decide whether or not to do that. And yeah, I've got this, like, this is pretty awesome. This is it detached from the joint. It's very small. You can kind of see inside there. The head is very simple. I think I might improve the design, but I really love this helmet. This thing, like, I don't really love this, but the helmet part, oh, I love that. Because it just sells the vibe. I'm not sure about this top missile looking part. I might remove that, replace it with something else, but honestly, I don't know what to do with it, because if I remove this, it looks pretty bad. You know, you've got this gaping hole, and you've got these two little pegs that's not going to connect to anything else. So, yeah. I can also show you what it looks like. This is a much better view of the inside with what is happening there. If I just do this, it's really hard to tell, but you can kind of see some of the inner workings here. So we just take our head, and then we just pop it onto this joint. Just pop onto the... There we go. And over here on the chest, I believe I don't need my flashlight to show you this. Just do a little bit of that. You can see these chain link, well, whatever these are, the chains are not supposed to look like that. Technical difficulties. There. We got chains here connected to the legs. It's pretty complicated overall, but I love building like this. This is awesome. The only downside to building like this is that this uses a lot of parts. So I need like a lot of articulation to be able to put these in super precise angles. And this larger chain, which is the same chain links I used for these arms, I'm not sure if they're real Lego or not, but I held it in place with this spike thing that's held on, like, I don't know, by this single piece. God, now that I'm showing this with a flashlight, it is so dusty. This is, like, I've had these pieces for God knows how long, and I just put them into stuff, and, yeah, I don't know, I'll just make them look new again. These wings, though, these are the oldest part of the build, I believe, because these have not changed a single bit in many years. However, the only thing that changed is the overall assembly that these things have been put through. Because this wing, this dark wing part, wasn't always here. I just added that recently. I just decided that it looked a little bit cooler to the overall design. I just took the whole wing part. Where does this attach again? Okay, so following you, go right here. There we go. Over here at the top, we've got this spinning crystal thing I added. I don't know what it is. I just added it. It looks cool. It doesn't serve a purpose, though. It just looks cool. It's just there to look cool. I don't know. I haven't thought of any lore for this guy. This is the head. Very cool. It just doesn't look right if you take the head off, because the little black part is like part of the body, and it just makes it look right. It just makes it look better. And this is probably like my most proud creation, because pretty much all of my parts are in this guy. Like, what am I supposed to do with all of this stuff? Like, there is nowhere else, like, man, I am really overusing this word. I don't know what to do with these parts. What am I supposed to do with this? Like, I don't know. No, that's just weird. Like, where am I ever gonna use this piece? Unless I get into Technic or, like, other stuff. I don't think I'm ever gonna really use this piece or God knows what else. Like, these. I've also got this from a random Lego set I don't remember the name of. I believe it was a Lego Dreams set. This was one of the build options for, like, a jetpack, the mech, or whatever it was. No. Yeah, a lot of parts I have are broken, but I tend to like to use them more, because if I'm not gonna use one of the connection pieces if I'm not gonna use a certain, like, connection they have because that part is broken, I will just find a place in my build where I'm not using that connection to its fullest, and I just replace it. Simple as that. I have a lot of parts. Like, one too many. I've also got this thing. Cool. And overall, I've just got a ton of random parts that I'm never going to use. A lot of the parts I had originally when I was younger are locked away in, like, my cabinet or whatever you call that. And it's, like, it's so hard to get to, so I just never use it. And plus, I am not touching that. Never. Nuh-uh. You can't make me.